Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining today's webcast. I'm Sarah Hunt, the Education and Engagement Leader for both the Corporate Health and Wellness Association and our annual Corporate Wellness Conference. In addition to Associate Editor of Corporate Wellness Magazine, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time today out of your busy schedules to join us. We've got a really exciting webcast and really important in today's industry and really taking your career to the next level. So first I want to start today's webcast just sharing with you some industry statistics. Right now the corporate wellness industry is over $30 billion industry. We have 50% of employers at least with 50 workers offered a wellness program. 90% of employers with more than 50,000 employees offered a wellness program. 75% of U.S. healthcare dollars go towards preventable conditions, and employers are turning to wellness programs to help offset those costs and create more productive, healthier workforce. So how do you as industry professionals, whether you're an HR benefits director, a wellness manager, are a consultant advising employers on development of their wellness programs, or are a wellness provider yourself and offering these services up to the industry. Today's webcast is really going to be about how to separate yourself, and we're really excited. We've got thousands of certified corporate wellness specialists that we've helped in facilitating the move forward within the industry. So again, we're going to be talking about how do you advance your career and climb the corporate ladder. One of my favorite quotes is the best way to predict your future is to create it. So really grabbing hold to the resources, educational programs that are out there, such as the CCWS, and taking the lead in your own progress and advancement in your career and in life in general. So what is the Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist designation? It's a professional designation created by the Corporate Health and Wellness Association. We're a 501c3 or 501c6 nonprofit employer coalition. The course itself consists of 13 different modules, which you can take online or in person at our annual conference. And why did we create it? So through the CHWA, we're made up of several leading employers. And several years ago, we were brainstorming different initiatives that the CHWA would launch. And one of the issues and concerns among the employers and other industry professionals was, where do they get their information? How do they decide which vendors they're going to work with? Again, going back to the industry being a $30 billion industry, there's so many different vendors to choose from, consultants. Do you work with a consultant? Do you work directly with the vendors? In addition, what are, those benchmarking? Where are they getting their information on how to align their business practices with other in similar industries and have similar employee makeup? And then, the concept of return on investment. How are they measuring the effectiveness of their program, the successful? What are the different key measurement tools that they're using? And lack of communication. They didn't feel that there was one central place that they could really get that timely information. I mean, we all know, the internet, we've got thousands of resources, hundreds and thousands at our fingertips, but creating that one central place where all industry professionals could kind of come together to learn the innovations, trends, and best practices within the corporate wellness industry. So the Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist, we met with our board and several industry professionals and developed very key core competencies that you as a professional will gain as a result of getting certified. Obtaining management support, creating and maintaining wellness committees, program design, budget, do you have a shoestring budget, which most of us do, incentives, health risk assessments, biometrics, environment, legal issues. There's a lot in the news right now. These are all things that we work with you on through the certification program and various modules and case studies that we're providing. Our certification is all about the content and the instructors. It's a very, very comprehensive designation. We bring together national wellness leaders, whether they're, attorneys, educating you on, the ins and outs of various laws, incentives that you offer. One of the things that really separates this certification is really the employer case studies. And that stays true to the ultimate goal of the Corporate Health and Wellness Association, which is to create a platform and educational opportunities where we're really collaborating with each other and sharing those best practices. So in looking at, the core curriculum of the course, remember this is a 13-module certification course. Here's just a listing of some of the current course or modules that you can take as part of the certification. As you can see, we've got case studies with Racetrack, Petco, Hallmark. We have others with LinkedIn and Google. And the second part of the certification course, so first you attend the sessions either live in person at our annual conference, or you can take them online. Very interactive kind of learning atmosphere where you see live video of or recordings of the presentations themselves from the professionals. And then the second part of the certification is an exam, or is what I call the A to Z. We published a book, did our second edition in 2013 of Engaging Wellness, Corporate Wellness Programs at Work. It's 584 pages, including case studies and various topics. This is part of the curriculum. It is part of the exam that you take at the end of the certification course. You can get it either in hardcover for $80 or $35 for our online book. And some of the different chapters that we cover through that Engaging Wellness, again, what I call the A through Z, is program design, incentives, kind of going back to many of those core competencies. And throughout the book, we've got 12 additional kind of case studies from leading employers that we facilitated ourselves through in-depth interviews that we did with leading employers. One of the things that I like to mention about this, I was talking to a professional a couple of months ago, and he called because he hadn't yet finished his certification course. He had purchased the book, and he was calling just to renew and be able to take his exam, and actually was telling us how great Engaging Wellness was and how helpful it was. He was a consultant, and he had mentioned and gave reference to the book as one of the tools that helped him in working with the employers. So in addition, once you take your certification online or at the conference, you take the modules, you read the book, you pass your exam. One of the other things that, makes this certification, very important in taking your career to the next level is that it doesn't stop at the exam. Our certification, you are required to stay up to date on information. In order to maintain your designation, we require that you get 5 hours of continuing education each year. Some of the CEs that we currently offer, we've got Dee Eddington talking about helping to align your business, your wellness program to your business strategy. A lot about, creating culture of health using gaming and social media. We've got, many of our workforce now are off-site, either working from home or you're a multinational employer working with a multinational employer, and they've got employees throughout, different countries. So how do you engage those employees who work off-site? On-site corporate fitness and nutrition, it's a big, trend. I think employers are going back to very basics in terms of wellness programs. So we have a great module on that. We also have some case studies with LinkedIn, Marriott, International, sharing kind of their innovative ways that they've been able to engage their employees in healthy eating and keeping active. So many great continuing education opportunities as well as part of the certification. And just a couple of testimonials. Don't take our word for it. Again, our certification is something that has been created by industry professionals as a whole. It's something that we collaborate with people year long, whether it's providers, consultants, employers, really in the development each and every year and revamping the program. It's a living, breathing certification. So just wanted to share some testimonials of some of the participants. Something that happened very recently, Healthiest Employers, their leading national research and awards program for employers nationwide, they did a survey and found that the Certified Corporate Wellness Program was considered among senior HR and benefits executives as the most valuable certification in the corporate wellness industry. We're really excited to, get this feedback from Healthiest Employers, and again, we like to share that information to just show, the credibility of the program and how comprehensive it really is. So employers are seeking, CCWS students because they know that those professionals that have the designation are the most up to date on the industry trends, best practices within the space, because it is a designation that requires you to get continuing education each and every year. It also helps, if you're a provider, in identifying or separating yourself from others within the industry. We've had, hundreds of different providers that have gotten, 10, 20 people within their organization certified, because it is something that they can then use when they're going out and working with potential employers. And as a wellness manager yourself, having this certification in addition, to some of the other certifications you might have, if you're a dietitian and working at a company or personal trainer, this designation really helps in showing, again, that you have an overall understanding of corporate wellness as a whole. So how are we helping those that get the designation to brand themselves? And this is something, again, it doesn't start at or it doesn't end at the exam and getting certified. We really help you in branding yourself once you do get to certification. Within the Corporate Health and Wellness Association website, once you become certified, we do add you to a search function where it includes your name, your title, your company, and then through the system, anybody that's interested in seeking out an industry professional, whether they're looking for, job recruitment or are looking to work with a consultant or a service provider within, a specific state. You can search by state as well. They're able to send you a message through this search function. So again, it's just an added benefit that we provide to help brand yourself as an industry leader. And it's something to really be proud of. The other is you get an actual certificate. And I'm going to be kind of cheesy now and show you just kind of an example. It is a nice laminated plaque that you do receive once you do get certified. It's something that you want to hang up on your wall. It's something to be proud of. And you get the seal. The CCWS seal. It's something that, we definitely recommend that you add to your business cards, to resumes. We also, have, all of our professionals that add it to their LinkedIn profile. And this is something we're going to go a little bit more in depth into is social media. It's something that, our organization really prides itself on. And in addition, we've passed that along to all of those that have certification. We've been marketing and branding you through social media. We have over 300,000 HR professionals worldwide within our social media distribution and reach. HR Professionals Association recognizes the CCWS program to its 200,000 members. And just a little bit more about our reach, 1 million human resource professionals and insurance executives within our reach, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, 500,000 in 30 different LinkedIn groups through LinkedIn social media, and 300,000 plus are human resource executives. And this was a survey that we did, again, which kind of backs up our ideas surrounding, utilizing social media to build that brand, professional brand credibility and sharing with the industry, that you did receive your designation. So in 2014, our survey results came back. We surveyed over 800 agents, brokers, consultants, and HR managers. 83.6% of agents and brokers received their industry updates and news from social media within LinkedIn. 65.5% received the most timely and updated information and news from social media. Only 21.8% believed that they were able to do so through trade magazines. 51% have actually chosen an insurance or employee benefit product or service. And then 93% of HR and benefits managers receive their industry news from social media, twice as much as industry publications. We invite all of you to, join our LinkedIn networks. We have the largest corporate wellness LinkedIn group. We've got now over 34,000 members that we're engaging in. Participate in the discussions and be a leader. Share, different studies and articles that you've come across along the way. We have, the largest HR Professionals Association, as I previously mentioned, close to 200,000, benefits and health and welfare. We've got close to 30,000, and we are the leader in terms of educating employers and industry professionals in healthcare reform. Many of you know we also have a designation in that area, and that plays a key role also in our Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist program. We have sessions as it relates to incentives and the ACA and different grants for small businesses. So some of the, in addition to the branding, the seal, the certificate, the search function, social media campaigns that we do once you do become certified, there's a whole array of other benefits that we provide kind of outside of the branding, but more in terms of engaging you with other industry peers. One of those is once you get certified, you also get a full membership to the Corporate Health and Wellness Association. Again, we're a nonprofit trade association. We're made up of employers, agents, brokers, TPAs, vendors and such, and many employers. We're focused on health, wellness, disease prevention, and management of employers, employees, and their families. And again, our mission is simple. The purpose of the CHWA is to grow the corporate wellness industry in a positive direction by providing a single authoritative source for information. And you can check out our website, which has all our various initiatives on wellnessassociation.com. Another benefit that you'll receive is access to our resource center. Again, this is kind of where we've pulled together various case studies that we've done throughout the years, different industry white papers, webcasts, and expert podcasts that we've done, all there at your fingertips throughout in one platform. So you're not having to go throughout the web and gather all these different resources. We put them all together in one central place for you. Again, this is a benefit that you receive once you become certified and gain your designation. The other is Corporate Wellness Magazine. This is another initiative of the Corporate Health and Wellness Association. Previously, we've been online only in electronic form, and we're really excited because of industry demand, and we have gone to a quarterly print edition. We're really excited. Our first printed edition is just about to hit the press. Just want to highlight some of the cool things that we've included as features. We did an interview with the advisor to Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign, Sam Cap, and then we did a cover story on wellness ROI with the CEO of Aetna, Mark Bertolini. We've got case studies with Walgreens, Chipotle, IBM, and many more. And again, bringing in and including some of those latest trends, such as wearables and what are the different innovations in fitness applications and nutrition and well-being. And to give you an idea of the reach and what we're doing with this magazine, again, our whole goal is to help grow the industry. We're actually printing 1,000 copies and mailing those directly to the CEOs and CFOs of top 1,000 companies in the U.S. on behalf of the CHWA. It's also something that's going to be available online. You can go there and receive a free copy as well. It's all complimentary. And then one of the biggest benefits, I think, or added benefits is discount off of any of the industry events that we put on. Many of you know we put on an annual conference. This is where you would get your live certification if you opted versus the online. And so we ask for you, save the date. This year will be in Orlando, Florida. Again, this is where you can attend, get your certification live in person, really interact with the certification instructors like Dee Eddington or some of the other employers. It'll be taking place September 27th through the 30th in Orlando. And I'm excited at the end of the webcast, I'll share with you a special offer that we're offering just exclusively to use in attending today's webcast. So a little bit more about the conference and what you get as a benefit in attending. It's part of the larger umbrella of the Employer Healthcare and Benefits Congress. We bring in up to 200 different industry professionals that will share case studies. We bring in national employee benefits attorneys. We've got, just on corporate wellness, we've got 20 plus different sessions focused on employee engagement, return on investment, different trends, as I mentioned, in wearables, nutrition, fitness. And once you become certified, you can continue to come back to the conference to get your continuing education. Just like, when you first get your designation, you can also take your continuing education either live in person or online. For those of you that are HR professionals, our certification does provide continuing education for your SPHR as well. So not only are you taking your career to the next level and learning those trends and innovations, but also you're gaining your SPHR credit for the year as well. These are just some leading employer case studies that we've shared at our past events. One of the biggest benefits, I think, that you'll gain from taking your certification live and in person are collaborative forums and summits. These are really structured as very informal opportunities for you to meet face-to-face and share ideas. I love quotes. So another great quote that I saw is the only thing to do with good advice is to pass it on. It's never of any use to oneself. And again, going back to our goals and our mission is really creating those opportunities where you can sit down and share ideas. What are some of the struggles or challenges that you faced and different obstacles and how have you overcome it? And sharing and passing on that information is really vital in all of us kind of moving the industry forward. Some of the workshops and forums we have a fitness technology forum, meditation and mindfulness workshop. This will be our 4th year for our Healthy Foods in the Workplace roundtable, our on-site clinics forum. Last year we had our first forum. It was a huge success. We'll be having our 2nd this year. And our annual fitness wearables think tank was really interesting last year, and we're excited. In about a month we'll be coming out with some of the research around that. We brought together 30 employers and they demoed out in different wearable devices and actually participated in a challenge where we had kind of LinkedIn, facing off against Google and Hallmark and, seeing who could get the most steps in the day. And it was something that was very fun. And again, we'll be coming out with those results and in the feedback from the employers on their thoughts around wearable devices. Another key aspect that we launched last year for our conference, our annual conference, is a whole track dedicated to corporate fitness and nutrition. One of the trends that we've seen is rather than having these very extravagant, expensive, some of them, comprehensive wellness programs, is having, focusing, going back to the focus on the fitness and the nutrition, engaging employees in those two key aspects of their health. As well as, we've seen more of a shift towards the total well-being, which we also highlight within the Corporate Fitness and Nutrition Conference track. We've got 10 plus sessions dedicated to fitness and nutrition. In 2014, we had case studies with Chipotle, LinkedIn, Verizon, Google, and many others. And sessions from this conference track, fitness and nutrition, count towards your continuing education for your CCWS. Some new things that we're doing this year, we've got a corporate wellness incubator Shark Tank. So if you're, in the corporate wellness industry and you've got some cool ideas of different products or services that you'd like to launch, we are offering opportunities to participate in this competition, and we'll have more information on that soon. One of the others is we'll be doing a conference-wide attendee fitness wearable challenge where all of the attendees of the event will be able to compete against each other. So something very fun and engaging, and again, in our efforts to really get people engaged in their health. And again, you can get certified also in corporate fitness and corporate nutrition. These are two new designations that we launched last year in addition to the corporate wellness certification. These were some of our speakers for the Fitness and Nutrition Conference track last year. Again, many leading employers. And something new this year, many of you have maybe heard of Healthiest Employers, and the CHWA has partnered with Healthiest Employers at this year's event. We will be hosting the H100, which recognizes and awards the top 100 healthiest employers in the country. So we'll be inviting up to 400 healthiest employers to attend the conference and see if they can get their chance to be one of the top 100. If you're interested in this, feel free to send me an email. My email is sarah@wellnessassociation.com. The deadline to submit and apply to be one of the top 100 or be invited as one of the top 100 is March 15th. And again, this award ceremony will be taking place at our annual conference. So, kind of bring everything full circle. One of the things we want to offer, we appreciate your time in sitting with us today and learning more about the Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist Program and how it can help take your career to the next level. How we keep you engaged throughout the year through complimentary webcasts, the Resource Center, different roundtables and forums, and access to that information. We want to thank you by giving you guys an opportunity to take the certification. If you sign up before Friday for either the online certification or live in person at our annual conference, we'll not only give you 10% off of the certification, but we'll also give you a free pass to the conference. One of the things that I always recommend that people do is take the online certification. Take it online. You can take it at your own pace. You can stop the modules. We all have day jobs at the same time that we have to manage, families. Take the online course where you can kind of stop and pick up where you left off, take your time reading the book, and then come to the conference to get your continuing education. Again, you're just required to get 5 continuing education each year to maintain the designation. And with this special offer, we're really encouraging you to kind of get everything done at your own pace. So not only do you get the 10% off the certification, you also get a free pass to the conference. You can go ahead and register Using the code below, it's OTOWN 2015. You just visit employerhealthcarecongress.com/registration. And I think I can take maybe a couple of questions if anybody has, or you can feel free to just email us at info@wellnessassociation or giving us a call at 561-790-1176. Let's see, if we have any questions, you can go ahead and start typing them in now. So Jay asks, how long do you have to take the online exam? Is it from the time of registration? Is it from the time you start the first module? Once you complete the modules, you have roughly 60 days to take the exam. We work with you if you need an extension, if something happens, within your family or you're having difficulty finding the time, we definitely work for you or work with you in order to passing the exam. It's not something that, everybody can get there. It is something that you do have to prepare for. You do need to watch the modules and read the book. But once you do that, we're really there to help and facilitate. We've got great certification coordinators that will talk you through the process as well, any questions that you have. So the cost, Jan asks about the cost. The cost of the Certified Corporate Wellness Specialist is currently $9.95. Today we're offering a 10% discount in addition to complimentary registration at the conference. And then we have another question. For smaller companies without much of a budget for wellness at all, $1,000 for certification seems like a lot to invest. And I'm glad you brought that up, Jan. Actually, if you guys want to take a look, we do have payment plans that we work with you on. If you go to corporatewellnesscertification.com, you can learn a little bit more about our different payment plans, and it goes based on your income and things like that. What is the link to see area certified specialists? You can check out all of our current certified corporate wellness specialists by visiting www.wellnessassociation.com. And there's actually a tab there to find a certified specialist near you. And you can search by state or you can search, throughout the whole country. And we also have, I do want to mention, we are an international certification as well. We've certified hundreds, in different countries. We also do group training. So we'd like to do them for groups at least 50 or more. But if you're an organization that is, say, a provider, and wants to put, more than a couple of dozen through the certification program, we will have one of our certified instructors come out and do a one-day training for you guys. If you're already certified, question, are you able to use the discount code to attend for free? Lee, I would just ask that you send me an email, again, sarah@wellnessassociation.com. We do have a special offer for those that are already certified. Questions regarding the Certified Corporate Nutrition Program, can it be done online as well? Absolutely. All of our designation programs can be done either online or at our annual conference. You can learn more about both our Certified Corporate Nutrition Program and our Certified Corporate Fitness program by visiting corporatewellnesscertification.com. And we do monthly webcasts on the CCNP and CCSP monthly as well, which we can send out. And the exam is done online. Whether you attend and get your certification live in person or you take it online, the exam portion of it is always done online. And again, at your own pace. You get 60 days to complete that. So we've run out of time now. This webcast was recorded, so we'll be following up with each and every one of you with a recording of the webcast. We'll also be providing some additional information and links for you such as, how to learn more about the CCWS, CCNP, CCSP, and the different opportunities that we're offering in regards to continuing education, and brochures about the certification. I hope that you found this webcast informative. Again, we want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. It's really important that we all take pride in, keeping ourselves up to date on these trends and innovations. And I applaud each and every one of you for your interest in learning more about this opportunity. So thanks again, and everybody have a great afternoon.